know me. I'm Mike, and of course, I'm with my partner. And since he called me his partner the last part, I'm calling him my partner. And of course, you know Alex.
Yeah. So let's continue where we left off. Let's not waste any time here. Continue on, Mr. McDonald. We kind of ripped Hector Noesi apart, which we may continue to do throughout the show. We don't know, but the show isn't only about sports. I mean, there's a lot of sports talk. Mike wanted to share a couple things, not really going on with sports per se, but some other stuff on his mind.
Yeah, because I mean, I did want to do this as a sports talk podcast, but also I want to also bring up like a few like interesting news that is actually happening. And I actually was looking on Twitter today, and what was trending was Titanic 2. And I clicked on it, and there was a story saying an Australian billionaire is remaking the Titanic. Basically, he's calling it Titanic 2, and he's saying everything is going to be basically the same about the ship, except it's going to be 5 inches longer. If they really like I was telling Alex earlier, if they really want to make Titanic 2 like really good looking, let's say people are going down the grand staircase entering to dinner, they should have a big ass picture of naked Rose with the heart of the ocean diamond on her neck.
I know. Well, and I don't know, man. I mean, I think it's cool that they're doing that, but it's nothing will ever beat the original.
No, nothing will ever beat the original unless the second one sinks in the same spot.
Yeah, right, exactly. How about
I was
that?
I was saying that on Twitter. I was like, wouldn't it be messed up if Titanic 2 did the same thing as its predecessor and sinks in basically the exact same damn spot?
Crashes into I know, gets beat up by another iceberg. I think that'd be interesting. I think pretty funny stuff if you ask me.
It would be funny, but on the other hand, it would be messed up because probably people would die.
Yes, and we don't want death on the show.
No, we do not want no death on the show. No death whatsoever.
Well, I mean, unless a certain pitcher gives up another 6 runs, but that's another story.
and that's why we have Marv to say what he said earlier. Basically, because we were talking about yesterday in the test podcast, we were talking about getting a Home Alone clip because I wanted to do Hector Noesi, and when Marv said I'm going to murder that kid, that's what Alex meant.
Yeah, I don't like him so far.
To me, Hector Noesi is basically the Titanic of one of the players on the Mariners. That is basically the iceberg of the Titanic.
Yep.
It makes us sink.
Well, actually, I'm not sure if maybe the Titanic is the. Well, it could be the best example because it's beautiful to look at. It's a really, really great ship. I wouldn't consider looking at Hector Noesi and thinking that's a great picture to start off, to be honest with you. But hey, once it sinks, it's all downhill from there.
I was gonna bring up the Hindenburg, but I don't know. I think that's a little bit too dramatic.
I don't know, man. Like I was saying earlier, Hector Noesi, how about you pitch better? That's all I ask.
Yeah, because we may not dog him because we'll see what he does tomorrow, and then on Thursday we'll go over. But
yeah,
I actually yesterday also in the podcast we brought up the Rooster Teeth part in one of their podcasts, and they were talking about Gus getting a colonoscopy the very next day after they did that podcast, and I was doing a little research and I looked up and I saw that normal men between the ages of 31 and 38 usually get their first colonoscopy. I unfortunately had mine at 21, unfortunately. And,
ouch.
And to tell you the truth, nothing really. There's nothing bad about a colonoscopy except a big ass long camera is shooting an IMAX film.
Yeah. How cool is that?
Yeah, and they drug you. They give you stuff to make you fall asleep, and when you wake up, you're a little loopy. Just don't go over speed bumps. That's the only thing that I will give it. I do. Make sure that the person that is driving you home does not go over any speed bumps because it'll hurt a little bit. It'll hurt a little bit.
Oh God! Ouch! Ouch!
Oh my God! I don't know, man. It's just hilarious how a kid that's 21 gets his first colonoscopy, and that's only because doctors have no fucking clue of what's wrong with him. Because that was basically because I was basically having side problems like these muscle aches, and the doctors at Madigan Hospital, okay, and I found out that it's a training hospital, okay.
Oh God, yeah, well there you go.
Doctors have no fucking clue what's going on. Basically the captains that are there, they're just learning this shit.
Oh jeez. Well, hey, it sort of sounds like spring training, kind of.
Oh God, I don't know. That's pretty messed up.
Sounds like spring training to me. Nobody knows what they're doing. Hector Noesi.
Yeah, good point. Is there any interesting news that you want to bring up?
For me, honestly, I kind of live a boring life, so I really don't pay too much attention to the exciting. No, that's a lie. I don't know. I don't know, man. The Titanic news sounds kind of interesting. I don't know. Nothing.
Yeah, because I tell you this, I'm actually a Titanic enthusiast. I actually became a fan of the Titanic when I was 6 years old. Actually,
Oh,
I started
nice.
becoming a Titanic enthusiast when I was 6 years old, and to me, that's actually going to bring in. I think that's actually a pretty good idea because it's going to bring in a lot of money because people would want to sail on it. They would want to basically because he's saying that nothing is going to change. He's going to keep everything basically the same. Like the third class steerage, basically, he's going to make it a little bit fancy for third class, but he's basically going to keep to the classic design.
So you're basically saying that when you were 6 years old and you were in kindergarten, everyone liked Batman, Robin, Spider-Man. You were one of those kids that liked the Titanic instead of the superheroes, huh?
Yeah, but and let me point this out. Batman and Robin, they were not that really big popular when I was 6 years old. To tell you the truth, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they were actually um, really popular still, and they still are.
And also,
Okay, wait a minute. Now, since I just brought that up, I actually want to talk about this. The new Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, okay,
okay.
like the 2003 ones, those are stupid because it completely destroyed what was the original, which was Krang and the Shredder basically. And the stupid thing is that they don't call each other by their full name. They don't say hey Leonardo, Raphael, Donatello, Michelangelo, all that stuff.
Right,
They
right.
basically abbreviate the names like Leo, Raph, Mikey. That's stupid.
Well, and now Mike can vouch for me because if there are two people that love Ed, Ed and Eddie more than
Okay,
us, I mean, we are probably the biggest Ed, Ed and Eddie nerds you will ever see. I can guarantee you. Try and find two bigger Ed, Ed and Eddie nerds than us.
yeah.
It's sort of like when they brought back the series. Mike, I'm not sure if I ever told you this. There were like maybe two episodes I did enjoy. Aside from that, I didn't like it that they brought back the series. I honestly think that
Oh, wait
those
a minute. Oh, you're talking about like the new Ed and Eddie ones that were like more
where
like
like they have like more color. Like
the new one. Yeah, I agree. I didn't.
I was really disappointed. I loved
I
the
was actually disappointed too. I didn't really care for him,
I
but
liked the movie, like the Big Picture
yes, I was
show or
actually.
whatever. That was good, but also another perfect example of a show that I think was ruined because it made a comeback after a couple years was Dexter's Laboratory. They made a
Oh
comeback
yes,
after a few
they
years.
did do new episodes of Dexter's Lab, and
Those
it,
sucked.
yeah, they sucked.
You
But
just can't beat the originals, and every 90 kid listening to this can probably vouch for us as well.
but here's the thing: what they did with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they completely destroyed them. They made them look stupid. They make it because April O'Neil, okay, like in the old show, she's like I don't know, probably in her like I don't know, maybe like 29 or something, like mid 30s or whatever. The April O'Neil in this one is 16.
Huh.
So basically, the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles are hanging out with a teenage girl. So these dudes are so basically they make them look like pedophiles.
Oh man, and we have hit the 9:30 mark, fellas. We'll be right back.
All right.